If a woman tells you these 5 things, walk away from her. Old Stoic wisdom. Love is a choice you make from moment to moment. Barbara de Angelis. Welcome back, gentlemen. If this is your first time on the channel, stay tuned. Today's message is a crucial one. It could save you a lot of wasted energy, emotional turmoil, and heartache. Here's a reality check. Women may not always say what they truly feel, but when they do speak, you'd better listen closely. Words matter, every single one of them. If you're not sharp enough to notice, you could find yourself trapped in a situation that drains you emotionally and spiritually. I'm not talking about those minor misunderstandings or small disagreements. I'm referring to glaring red flags, the kind that should immediately make you stop in your tracks. These are not casual comments. These are powerful signals that tell you everything you need to know about her mindset and how she sees you. If you don't catch them, you're setting yourself up for failure. The biggest mistake many men make in dating is ignoring the warning signs, thinking she didn't mean it the way it sounded, or convincing themselves that they can somehow change her perspective. Let me tell you, that's a dangerous trap. If a woman says certain things, it's not a mistake. It's a glimpse into her core beliefs, her view on relationships, and ultimately, her view of you. Now, you might be wondering, why is this so important? Well, let me make it clear. Modern relationships can be a minefield. You have to protect your time, energy, and heart. If you stay too long with someone who doesn't value or respect you, one day you'll wake up feeling like you wasted years on someone who never had your best interests at heart. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 phrases, just 5, that should raise massive red flags when they come from a woman. If you hear them, it's time to walk away and save yourself from potential heartbreak. A woman's words reveal her true character. Her mindset shapes how she'll treat you. So if she says these things, she's showing you her real self. Don't ignore it. It's your responsibility to recognize these signs early and take action before it's too late. Before we dive in, let me make one thing clear. This isn't about criticizing women. It's about empowering you to make wise decisions. Too many men get stuck in unhealthy, toxic relationships because they fail to notice the signs at the right time. That ends today. If you're serious about avoiding unnecessary stress and heartbreak, keep watching. I'm about to give you the tools you need to spot these warning signs and walk away from women who aren't good for you. Let's get started. 1. We don't need to define this. Gentlemen, when a woman tells you, we don't need to define this, it's a clear signal that you're not her priority. You're simply an option. In these situations, you might feel tempted to brush it off, thinking maybe she's just taking things slow. But the truth is far more revealing. A woman who genuinely cares about you will want clarity. She will want to understand where you both stand and where things are heading. When a woman avoids defining the relationship, what she's really after is the comfort of the benefits without the commitment. She enjoys the attention and affection you give her, yet she's unwilling to make any promises or define the connection. Why? Because it allows her to explore other possibilities while keeping you as her safety net. Think about it. Why would she want to settle down with you when she can keep her options open, see others, and still have you on standby? Some of you might argue, but maybe she just needs more time, or she's just not sure yet. However, there's a significant difference between pacing a relationship and allowing it to remain undefined for an extended period. If months pass and you're still unsure of where things are headed, don't fool yourself into thinking she's just confused. She's not confused. She's choosing to keep things vague, leaving the door open for other possibilities. The longer you stay in this limbo, the more emotionally invested you'll become, while she remains free to exit the moment she pleases, without any real emotional ties. And when she finally walks away, you'll be left wondering what went wrong while she has already moved on to someone else. Let's put this into perspective. Would you ever accept a job offer where the employer says, "Let's not define your role, just come in and work"? Of course not. You would demand clarity about your position, your responsibilities, and your future within the company. The same principle applies to relationships. Clarity and commitment are essential. So what should you do if she tells you she doesn't want to define the relationship? The answer is simple. Walk away, or at the very least, take a step back. You deserve to be with someone who wants to build something real with you. You need to make it clear that you're looking for more than just a casual, undefined arrangement. If she values you, she'll recognize your worth and will make things official. If not, she's not as invested as she should be, and she was never serious to begin with. Remember this: a woman who truly likes you will never risk losing you to another woman. If she's content with keeping things casual indefinitely, it's because she doesn't see you as the one. Don't settle for being in a situation where you're uncertain, always wondering where you stand. You deserve someone who is willing to commit, who sees a future with you, and who is ready to define the relationship. Let her go if she's not willing to give you that. There are plenty of women out there who will. 2. You're lucky to have me. When a woman tells you, "You're lucky to have me," it may seem at first like confidence, but in reality, it's often a reflection of entitlement. This phrase is an attempt to place herself on a pedestal, subtly implying that her mere presence is a prize for which you should feel grateful. Let's be clear. True relationships are founded on mutual respect and appreciation, not on one partner feeling superior to the other. Yes, confidence is admirable, and you deserve a partner who knows her worth just as much as you know yours. But there's a fine line between owning your value and using it to belittle or diminish the other person. When a woman constantly reminds you that you're lucky to have her, yet never shows you any appreciation in return, this is not a healthy dynamic. It's an imbalance. It's not love, it's manipulation. If she sees herself as the prize, what happens when conflicts arise? What happens when you express your concerns or needs? She will likely dismiss them because in her mind, she is already doing you a favor by being in your life. This mindset allows her to avoid compromise. Why would she need to? She's in control in her eyes. And this is where the toxic cycle begins. You may find yourself constantly seeking her approval, apologizing even when you're not at fault, or sacrificing your own needs just to keep her happy. You're left wondering if it will ever be enough. The truth is, it won't. A woman who views herself as the prize will always want more, but give less. This dynamic will leave you empty, constantly chasing validation, yet never feeling truly seen or valued. A great woman doesn't need to tell you that you're lucky to have her. She shows it through her actions. She appreciates your efforts, values your presence, and reciprocates the effort you put into the relationship. This is the foundation of a strong, lasting connection, one where both partners contribute equally, valuing each other's worth. If she keeps telling you that you're lucky to have her, it's time to step back and reflect. Does she make you feel appreciated, or does she make you feel like you're just lucky to be in her presence? In a healthy relationship, both partners should feel valued and equal. Don't let her words convince you that you're lucky. Ask yourself if her actions reflect the respect and effort you deserve. Relationships are not about one person being above the other. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." It's time to make sure that in your relationship, you both stand on equal ground. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Your worth is not defined by her approval. If you've experienced this, leave a comment below telling us how you've navigated similar situations in relationships. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Your future, your happiness, and your peace of mind depend on the choices you make today. 3. If you loved me, you would. In relationships, words carry weight, and some phrases are red flags, signaling emotional manipulation. One of the most dangerous phrases a woman can say is, "If you loved me, you would." This statement is not an expression of love or a genuine request. It's a tactic of emotional manipulation, designed to put pressure on you and control the situation. The moment she says this, she's not merely asking for something. She's setting up a scenario where, if you don't meet her demands, she'll question your love for her. This creates a toxic cycle of guilt and emotional blackmail, turning love into a tool for manipulation instead of a mutual exchange built on trust and respect. At its core, this behavior is a power play. It's not about love, it's about control. A healthy relationship should allow both partners to express their needs, desires, and emotions freely, without fear of manipulation. However, when a woman ties your affection to her demands, she's not showing love, she's asserting dominance. This tactic chips away at your sense of self, making you feel as if your worth is determined by how well you comply with her wishes. It's important to recognize that this is not a healthy dynamic. In a truly loving relationship, both partners should feel free to express themselves without the threat of guilt or manipulation hanging over their heads. The biggest mistake many men make in such situations is thinking they can change a woman who is determined not to change. Men often justify the behavior, making excuses and holding on to the hope that if they just love her enough, things will improve. They convince themselves that their love can heal or change her, but this is a dangerous mindset. The reality is that love alone cannot fix disrespect or manipulation. If she disrespects you, no amount of love will make her treat you better. It's essential to understand that self-respect must come first. A woman who disrespects you won't love you in the way you deserve, and allowing such behavior to continue only invites more pain and manipulation into your life. In modern relationships, this manipulation tactic can often go unnoticed, especially when we are caught up in the idea of love as an all-encompassing force that can fix everything. However, true love in a relationship is built on mutual respect, trust, and the ability to give and receive freely without strings attached. A woman who uses phrases like, "If you loved me, you would," is not interested in a partnership of equals. She is interested in controlling the relationship. This is why it's so crucial to recognize the signs early on and understand that walking away is often the best course of action. By walking away, you're not rejecting love, you're protecting your dignity and peace of mind. Remember, you deserve a relationship where you feel valued, respected, and loved for who you are, not for how well you comply with someone else's demands. In the long run, understanding that love should never be a tool for manipulation is essential for maintaining your emotional well-being. Stay strong in your boundaries and never let someone else's need for control define the terms of your relationship. 4. All my exes were the problem. When a woman tells you, "all my exes were the problem," it may sound like she's merely unlucky in love, but it's essential to pause and truly reflect on what she's implying. She's essentially stating that every single man she's been with was flawed, be it toxic, immature, or simply difficult. But she herself was never at fault. Now think about this carefully. Is it likely that every single person she has been involved with has such extreme flaws? Or could it be that she's missing a crucial self-awareness? This isn't simply bad luck. It's a pattern. And if you aren't cautious, you'll soon find yourself as another name on her list of unfortunate exes. The reality is, relationships are a two-way street. Sure, it's true that some people, both men and women, carry emotional baggage or act poorly in relationships. But if a woman is unwilling to take any responsibility for the breakdown of her past relationships, it's a glaring red flag. It suggests that she either cannot or refuses to reflect on her own actions and mistakes. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In relationships, this means that growth comes from the ability to acknowledge faults and learn from them. If she can't do that, how can you expect her to handle things differently with you? If you see no accountability for her past actions, how can you trust that she will address any issues that arise between the two of you? In real life, this pattern can lead to toxic cycles. So, when you hear a statement like this, take it as a sign to step back and reassess. People who refuse to take responsibility are unlikely to change, and it may only be a matter of time before you two are blamed for all the wrongs in her life. Think about your own emotional well-being and consider how crucial accountability is in any relationship. If you find yourself repeatedly facing blame from someone who refuses to self-reflect, it may be time to walk away. What do you think? 5. Take me as I am. When a woman says, "Take me as I am," it might initially sound like a statement of confidence, but in truth it's often a red flag, a warning sign that she is unwilling to take responsibility for her actions or improve herself. What she is really saying, though not directly, is, "I am who I am, and you should simply accept that." This kind of statement might seem empowering at first, but it often hides a deeper issue, a reluctance to grow, compromise, or make the relationship better. It's all about her, and there's little room for change. Every healthy relationship thrives on the mutual growth and understanding of both individuals. No one is perfect, and that's perfectly acceptable. But when one person refuses to acknowledge their flaws or make any effort to improve them, it becomes a major red flag. Imagine being in a relationship where every time you express a concern or need, she brushes it off with, "That's just how I am." It leaves you feeling unheard, dismissed, and frustrated. Worse, you're left with the unsettling realization that you're expected to tolerate things that are actually not okay with you. Picture this scenario. You've always made it a point to be punctual for your dates, but she consistently shows up late, sometimes by 30 minutes, sometimes even an hour. You gently bring up how it makes you feel disrespected and unimportant. Instead of acknowledging your feelings, she casually says, "That's just how I am. I'm always late. You should just accept it." Right then and there, she is telling you that your feelings are secondary. Instead of striving to change and meet you halfway, she expects you to adjust to her behaviour, no matter how inconsiderate it may be. This lack of willingness to compromise or take your concerns seriously isn't just annoying, it's a symptom of a deeper issue. When this mindset applies to bigger, more significant issues, the problems multiply. Maybe she has a short temper and lashes out over trivial matters. Maybe she refuses to communicate during arguments, leaving you with no resolution. If she is unwilling to grow or change for the better in the relationship, it leaves you in a constant state of frustration and emotional depletion. You'll always find yourself bending, adjusting, and compromising to fit into her world while she refuses to do the same for you. In essence, you'll be the one putting in all the effort, while she remains emotionally selfish, asking you to shoulder the weight of the relationship's shortcomings. This is not a healthy partnership. It's an emotional trap where you're forced to continually sacrifice your needs and feelings. A strong woman doesn't demand that you simply accept her for who she is without any effort toward growth. Instead, she recognizes her flaws and is willing to work on them just as you should. That's the kind of partner you should seek. Someone who understands that a healthy relationship requires effort and mutual understanding. If you hear a woman say, "Take me as I am," pay close attention to how she delivers it. If it's an excuse to avoid responsibility or to justify bad behaviour, you need to take a step back. No one should expect you to tolerate disrespect, emotional neglect, or a refusal to grow. Relationships are about give and take, and if she's unwilling to meet you halfway, the best thing you can do is walk away. Holding on to someone who won't grow with you only stunts your own personal growth, and that is a lesson Old Stoic wisdom teaches us well. Don't settle for what keeps you from becoming your best self. Walk away from relationships that ask you to accept mediocrity and seek out those that challenge you to grow, just as you should challenge them. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this, let it be this. Real love doesn't come with conditions, games, or manipulation. When you spot those red flags, don't waste time arguing, negotiating, or making excuses. Just walk away. By doing this, you're clearing the path for someone who truly deserves your time and energy, someone who respects and values you. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay strong.